Hello, hello. It's Stephanie Sinclair here, and I'm so excited. It's May, and I've declared it Manifesting May, which means we are doing all manifesting content all month long, manifesting everything from money to love to health to ideal body to business to inner self changes with other people. I'm very excited about the month ahead. But today, what I want to talk about are 5 signs that you are moving into abundance. 5 signs that wealth is absolutely coming your way. I, of course, am going to try not to make this too long. I want you to be able to get it, digest it, and go on about your day. But I think it's really important that you recognize these signs, because a lot of times we are seeing the things we desire. We are sitting in a space for the things we desire, and yet they're there. And because we don't yet see them tangibly in our physical 3D reality, we're really not recognizing how close they are. And Florence Scovel Shand calls it signs before land. She talks about broken plates, where a woman was praying for her plates, so for a brand new set of dishes, brand new set of china, and someone gave her a set of cracked plates, little lines through it. And she was talking to her spiritual teacher, her spiritual Florence, basically. She's talking to Florence, and she was like, I don't know what's going on. I was praying for plates and I got these cracked plates. And Florence was like, it's signs that land is near. It's signs that your manifestation is there. So I believe that if you know these signs, then you can absolutely have a sense of encouragement. I'll give you another reason I think signs are important, like not even directly related to manifestation. Is if you're a person who really are encouraged to keep going by seeing results, sometimes manifestation and the process of conscious manifestation gets discouraging if you're not seeing the physical 3D results. And it's similar to things around health, around wellness, around weight loss. And so one thing people talk about all the time, like with weight loss, is what are your non-scale victories? So things outside of what the ultimate goal, which is weight loss, is how are your clothes fitting? How are your workouts getting better or easier for you? How is it walking up and down the stairs? Those sorts of things. So when I give you these signs, I want you to think of those things. I want you to think of like, the process is working. Conscious manifestation is working. Okay. Are you ready? Are you ready to get into it? Okay. So number 1 and number 2 are really either or ones. And I'll share with you what I mean. The first sign is that you have a sense of peace, of calm, of stillness. And I've had many, many, many moments where it's just like I'm in this up level and I go from feeling like, every day I'm doing my visions. I wake up in the morning, I'm doing my visions. During the daytime, I'm like going there, I'm sitting in it. And I really believe it with every fiber of my being. At night before I go to sleep, I'm like at a specific place, winning an award or doing something like that. And almost something I've discovered is sometimes in that process, it's a sense of anxiety a little bit. I don't hear a lot of people say that, but I have experienced it. A little bit of like, after I do it for a while, it's the disconnect, it's the gap between where the quantum realm I'm currently existing in, the physical 3D, and the quantum realm where what I desire actually is physically. And the gap highlights for me more there. And what I've noticed is I may go through a few days of that. And what tends to happen, because what that means is that even though I'm not purposely paying attention to the current state, energetically, the disconnect, right? And so I'll choose to take a break for a couple of days from my visioning, from my affirming, from all those things. And I just won't pay attention to the current circumstances, right? So I'm not doing all the extra work, but I'm also not going to have a negative money conversation with you. I'm not going to have any sort of conversation that does not align with my ultimate vision, even though I'm not actively doing the visions at night and in the morning. And usually after a couple days, this sense of peace washes over me, and I'll catch myself randomly during the day visioning, not on purpose, but because it feels good being in that space. It's like I went from a space of visioning because I need to vision to put myself there and to get to the space of the knowing. And then all of a sudden the let go, let me stop visioning like it is, because me visioning is giving me anxiety, which actually pulls the thing away from you, right? I let it go. And when I let it go, in the letting go, it eases and sits in my subconscious and sits this truth and just peace. It's like, oh, yeah, it is. It doesn't matter if I don't see it in the 3D yet. Yeah, it is. And all of a sudden now I can vision and I feel great about the visioning. No more anxiety. So that can happen. And number two is a sense of joy and excitement washes over you. And I've had both happen. So that's one sign. The other sign is outside of the visioning, you'll start waking up and you're just like, man, I sense like something amazing is going to happen. So I posted on my Facebook page last week. I'm like, man, it's like, I sense abundance. I sense, overflow. That's the energy I was moving in, was overflow. I didn't know where the energy came from. I just literally woke up with this sense of excitement and joy and overflow. So I knew that I was in that space. So you may find yourself not even being able to look, I've been doing this for a while, so I can connect words with exactly what the feeling is. You may not be able to do that yet, and that is okay. But if you are randomly feeling excitement and joy just about life, regardless of what's happening in your 3D, I promise you, your wealth is right there. All right, number 3. Money and money opportunities start showing up for you. And it may not be 1,000, might not be 5,000, it might not be 20,000. It literally might be $10. It might be $12. Examples. Whenever I am doing some sort of like up level in business, and we are making huge changes with the Route 1680. And so whenever I'm doing big changes in business and really looking at scaling, money starts showing up for me in unexpected places. For example, someone told me to check the unclaimed property in every state I've ever lived in. And in Texas, it was like $240 something that they ended up depositing into my account. In Nevada, it's like $48. In California, it's like $400. Alabama, I didn't have any money, but here in Georgia, it was like one for 40 something and one for like $112. And so it's not $1 million, but add that all up, it's like a nice little amount of money that was unexpected, that was mine anyway, from whenever. Like the one in Texas was like a refund on a deposit for my power. I haven't lived in Texas since my son was like 3, Kaden is 16, right? So this is the examples that I'm telling you, like money will start showing up for you. Another one, if you're on Facebook, you may or may not have heard it's like a suit and it's like a class action. It might only turn out to be $12. Might not be a ton of money, but money and opportunities to make more money begin showing up for you when wealth is literally right here. Like your abundance is right here. Okay, that's number 3. We're going to number 4, but let me ask you, let me know in the comment section, have you noticed any of this with yourself? Have you been in a space where you have been visioning and claiming and affirming, and you've noticed any of the 3 things that we talked about? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, let's jump into number 4. 2 more, guys. Number 4. Number 4, you start noticing and hearing other people's negative beliefs around money. And it comes in the form of like, they're just having a conversation with you. They're calling you, they're venting. And it goes from you just hear the problem that they're saying, But all of a sudden when they're talking, you hear, oh, you believe in lack around money. Oh, you don't trust money. Oh, you really don't believe money is there. Oh, you don't believe that good people ever have wealth. Oh, you don't believe, like you can hear it even if they don't put a word to it. Like you can clearly begin to see their negative beliefs and programming around money and wealth. This happens so much, so much. Even when I'm not in a space of up level, because I began to really train my brain as I began to move into a space of abundance and prosperity, all areas of my life, my ability to tolerate negative talk and conversations around money would annoy me. And because it started to annoy me, it began to stand out to me what people's negative beliefs were. And as soon as that started happening, I was able to shut it down because I don't need that in my spirit as I am trying to reprogram and putting new belief systems in place. And then here you go with these stupid beliefs. Like, I don't want to hear it. Like, not that I don't want to be supportive, but being supportive is, you guys know how I feel about, I'm talking to that version of you who has everything you desire, baby. I'm not talking to this poor pauper. I'm not talking to that. I'm talking to the abundant, prosperous version of you, right? So you'll notice that because as you begin to do your work, you have less tolerance for anything that doesn't align with that. So that's why doing your work daily is important. Watching videos, listening to audios, reading books, like it's very important. Doing your subliminals, doing your affirmations. It is a very, very, very important to reprogram. And people expect, and I've said this before, when you're doing like subliminals and hypnosis and reprogramming, they expect it to happen like this, but the way it begins to happen is little stuff like that. All of a sudden, like you begin to catch your own negative thoughts. You begin to hear and catch other people's negative beliefs. Wealth is definitely on the way. And last but not least is you experience an attitude of expectation. Like you really, like right now, I have I told you guys we're doing some stuff with LaRue, and there is a store that we're working on getting in, and I'm like, oh, we are getting in this store, and I am expecting not just the meeting to go well, but to go to the launch day when it hits the shelves, but to be there and do the whole experience and to meet customers and it's not visioning. I ain't even moved to the vision yet. It's like, man, I'm like sitting in a space of expectation. I am experiencing expectation all the time around it. You'll begin to experience expectation around the money coming in for you, around getting a promotion at work or getting a new job or signing a new client. You'll begin to really expect it. The universe wants to give you every single thing that you want. When you are putting out your visions and when you are saying your affirmations, those affirmations go out and they begin to circle in the universe. They begin to circle and just imagine all your prayers out there. They're not like floating for no reason and lost. Like they're out there bringing everything you desire back to you. And these are just little signs. And it's 5 of many, many signs. But these are the ones that I notice the most, that when you see these, you can rest assured that your abundance is there. Your wealth is there. Your financial up level is there. I hope this was helpful for you. If it was, share it with a friend. I have goals for this channel for this year. I have goals for this month. Share it out. Let it be known. Let's get this manifestation conversation out amongst the people who want it and need it. Okay, guys, till next time.